You know what I mean? I started reestablishing what my goals were. Thoughts is powerful. You know, things end up turning out exactly how I visualized them. Not in this time frame I expected. You know what I'm saying? You always want shit to happen overnight. But, you know, I just had clear visions. You know, obviously outside of my grill, I just mean in music and hustling and just how I viewed myself as an adult when I was a young dude coming up. And your thoughts powerful. That shit, you know, come to life. Rap is competitive like an athlete. You know what I mean? You don't want to be number 2 by design. You ain't gonna cry if you don't win the championship. You gonna go harder in the gym. But what I know about life is that you're gonna hurt yourself. You know, life is, especially as a creative, creativity and competition is opposites. You know what I'm saying? And they work against each other creatively. When you had to draw from a blank canvas, you gotta draw from your pool of experiences for it to have that thing in it. And you could compete and make something that's like technically good, but it's like a cloned human being. They might have 2 legs, but it's not the same as a baby that was born from a mama and daddy and it was some love made, and that's a different formula. So I think that to create is like a natural labor, and then to copy or to like compare or compete creatively, you confuse yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you miss all the dope shit that only you can do. It's shit only Nip can say certain line. It's a song that only I can write because it's only true to me. Now it's true to everybody in the world if it's true because we all got the same general truths, but the specifics of it, them is the songs I need to write. And those is where I'ma really succeed. And I think I heard Ross say some real shit. He's like, man, I want every penny that's mine. I don't want a penny more or a penny less. And that's a good way to look at it. You know, I don't want any shine, success that ain't mine. You know, that's the reality of, you know, success or greatness, that it come with a roller coaster ride, you know? So I think that anybody could apply the marathon concept to what they do, if it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever. You're on a marathon, you know? So to make that the basis of our, you know, fashion line, I look at it like, you know, we honor the people that ain't quit. We honor the people that stay down. There's no one answer to how you change the hood or change the reality of what goes on. But what you gotta think about is when you don't have resources, you in survival mode. You know, so being in survival mode automatically rules out a lot of things because you don't care about morality, because you don't experience morality. You experience, you know, the need to survive. You don't experience, you know, fairness. You don't experience planning for the future. You just experience my ribs touching. You know what I mean? And it's better me than you. And, you know, it's a survival instinct that kick in. So I think once you get out of the survival mode, your morals come back closer to your daily decision making. You start thinking about what's right, what do I believe in. But until you get out of survival mode, you ain't got time to be worrying about right and wrong. You worrying about bottom line. You know what I mean? By any means necessary. So I think that economics is the answer. Empowering people economically is how you really, really impact. But I don't know if it's about dropping a bag of money in the hood. I think it's about impacting culture in a way that, you know, the mentality changes. And then also, you know, the institutions that exist, it's just a prison institution, really. It's like a pipeline to jail. It ain't no constructive institutions for real that meet you ground level. It's just like if you fuck up, we got somewhere to put you. So it's like a fear-based, preventative approach than like some love. And like, we know y'all going through a struggle, and we know y'all could use an art center or you know what I mean, a studio compound or entrepreneurial space. It's like, whatever going on, if you can't figure it out, we gonna lock you up, bro. So whatever it is, yeah, it's on y'all. I think like you get people out of survival mode, they start thinking different. I did, you know, when I figured out, you know, how to get myself out of the situation. My approach to life and people was different. I wasn't so angry. I didn't have my guard up. I wasn't so aggressive. I wasn't so, you know, expecting, if you ain't helping me, fuck you.
that wasn't the mentality no more. And I can't blame nobody, you know what I mean, that's thinking about how they gonna pay their rent, or like going through not having food at the house, being young and having to go outside to hustle to feed themselves for school clothes. That's gonna change people. That's gonna make you feel away. And you can't fault them. You just gotta kind of empathize with the scenario and understand. You put a person in survival mode, they're gonna survive by any means. I couldn't make a blanket statement to just the young people doing dirt. I don't think that's honest. You know what I mean? It's context for everything. Nothing happens in a vacuum, you know? But I would say that, you know what I mean, you're gonna lay in the bed you make. You're not gonna get away with nothing in terms of the energy. You know what I mean? You might beat the camera or the police. They might not catch you for what you're doing, but the energy is always gonna return to you. So when you just living in this cycle of being negative all day and just putting out negativity and that's the only energy you putting out, it's gonna return to you in different form than you put it out in. So I would just say, you know, master your energy. Do your best to master your energy and what you put out, you know, and unless that's what you want, you know, because you entitled to whatever you want to create, whatever experience you want to create for yourself. But if you're tired of that shit, adjust the energy. You know what I mean? As best you can, adjust what you wake up thinking and what you say, and then lastly what you do. And that's not an easy thing to do because it's such a pressure in these areas to just go by the way things are. But you know, it's a lot of examples that you could look up to as young kids in the streets. You could look up to Kendrick Lamar. Not the words, forget what he's saying, just where he came from. I seen him, you could YouTube him freestyling in the Nicholson Garden projects. You could look up to a Nip Hussle. You know, you could look up to a YG, you know what I mean, to a Top Dog, you know what I mean, to any one of these guys that came from this hopelessness and you know, wiggled their way through it. You know what I mean? And you could reverse engineer what they did. You know, look at the steps, what happened.